Hey guys, how's it going? Yay. Please don't let the cats in. What do you want, Travis? Shut my door. I'm going live, honey. My kids have to lock the door. How's everybody's Monday going? I hope it's going good. Please stop going down. I hate that thing. It just goes down and there we go. Make it darker. Anyway, I'm trying. Why are you not plugged up? What's going on? Why are you not working? Let me see. You gotta be working. You should be working. Why are you not working? Oh. Why does the screen turn dark? There we go. That's what I want. And I want that to go away. Yep. And I want this to go up in the crane. And I don't want to see that. I just want to see this. Here we go. How's everybody doing? Oh my God. I got so many messages, y'all. I have not stopped since 5 a.m. this morning. It's been crazy. Plus tutoring on top of it. It has been a crazy day between plumbers and car people and my kids and principals, and it has been a day. It has been a day and a half, and emails from Etsy and the store, the website, Discord, Messenger, Gmail, TikTok, Instagram. I bet I haven't even checked Instagram messages in over a month. So yeah, it's bad. There's messages everywhere. Messages every single where, I'm sure. And today I was not able to get to much at all. Plus I had to prep for tonight's live. Oh my gosh. Hey, go-kart. It's all right. I'll eventually get to it all. I'm trying. I've got 2 people I had scheduled for tutoring tomorrow, and I'd scheduled you both for 10 a.m. And I don't know how I did that. And so I rescheduled one for noon and one for 2 o'clock because at 10 a.m. I got to take in my car to get fixed from that rear end that we had on Halloween. The pool guy, aquatic pools in our town hit us from the rear. And and I ended up having 2 people scheduled at the same time. I don't even know how I did that. And then I think it was from when I was on vacation. So check your emails if you have tutoring scheduled tomorrow. So that we can, Liz and Sarah, that's those people. One of them, I moved to 11, and one of them I moved to 1. And I know times have changed. So right now it is 6:30 Arizona time zone. So I know times have changed with everybody else. Hopefully I'm 2 hours difference in Florida and New York instead of 3 right now. Hopefully that helps. Hey, Twinkle. Sonia, go-kart. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Life is always busy. You know, moms with kids. Jen, aren't you taking tutoring, anyone? I did take tutoring off my website for right now because I'm still tutoring 7 days a week. It's crazy, but I can't get caught up on everybody that needs to be tutored. And I got messages coming in on Discord, and I'm like, okay, we can do it on this day, this day, this day. And I'm just not catching up. And if I only even had 1 day open for scheduling on the website. So now I took it off till the end of the year. I just have to fix everybody else that I already have that is promised tutoring or is talking to me about tutoring, and just finish those. And then I'll start it back up on the calendar next year, I guess, or something. I don't know. We don't have very many more weeks till the end of the year. And I'm going to have to find some balance here between doing the 3 lives and the workshops and all the tutoring. And then my job is picking up in real life auditing. Because the audit ends in March, so that's my real busy time. But we're starting out right now as the end of year stuff. So anyway, it's just a lot. I got to find some balance here. And with making up the new guidelines and the new books, that's butting in on time. And my kids and mom, of course. It's all crazy. All crazy. I'm in the 2023 book right now on page 176. When my mind gets too busy and worrying about too many things, I always pull out my book and just start highlighting, because at least I know I can do this without thinking very much. And I'm still being productive, still getting things done for you guys, which I've got the guidelines done for 2023, which are pretty cool, I think. I hope you guys like them. And they have more information, and they're written on the guidelines instead of me typing out the guidelines like last year. So they'll be easier to understand. Plus, they're cheaper than they were when I typed them all out. So if you're looking for ICD-10 guideline notes, go on and get the 2023. They're cheaper and they're handwritten on the notes, and they're easier to read. And they've got more added info in it than I even had last year. So added lots more stuff. I got Twinkle auditing them today, or this week anyway, so that she can tell me if there's something I missed. I should have sent it to her and had her do that beforehand, but I get so excited. I think she's probably also editing our workshop from Sunday. I hope everybody that was in our workshop on Sunday had a good time and thought the questions were good. Tonight, I have questions from medicine section that are from the questions that I bought on Sunday for if you failed the CPC exam. They give you an opportunity to buy some extra questions. And that's where I got these from. So I've got 20 questions from the medicine section. So hopefully that will help out. Thank you for helping getting me to 50% of the goal. That's awesome. Hey, Doodled. You scored well on your CERT exam, except for you ran out of time on patient charts. That's always so stressful. All I'm doing is looking for what's in the parentheses, even if it's just an S, and highlighting that. That's all I'm doing here. Not anything fancy. Just some codes don't even have anything in a parentheses. Just leave those alone for now. We're only highlighting if they have something there. But thank you, Susie, for helping out with the goal. It's not showing up on your website. Yep, you're right, Sonia. I took tutoring off my website. I just have to catch up on everybody else that is already in contact with me and needed tutoring before the end of the year, because their exams are coming up here in November and December, and I need to finish those people first. I'll open it back up as soon as I get those caught up. It's not like I'm doing just tutoring 1 day a week. I mean, I seriously have people 7 days a week, and it's been crazy, which is fine. I'm happy to help. It's just I can't. I'm drowning. I'm drowning in everything. I need a housekeeper. I need the sheets washed. I'm like sleeping in dirty sheets. I need a sheets washed. I need to find time. I got cats that need to go to the vet. Just a ton of things. And oh gosh, Travis's birthday is December, And he always sees his pediatrician every December. So I got to make his pediatrician appointment on one of those Tuesdays or Thursdays anyway that I don't do live because his pediatrician is an hour away from us. So it's an hour drive, an hour back, plus waiting in the lobby to see. So it takes all dang day. And they're going to have 2 weeks off for December. So I need to get that scheduled because she gets mad when he doesn't come in that month. And he's on meds that has to keep refilling every month. So I got to keep her happy. And then James, he's blind and deaf, my little munchkin, my baby. So he needs his eye appointment, and I do that every January, but I'm going to try to get that in December when they're out of school. But I got to call them tomorrow. They're always so booked. So there's just things I've got to get done, or I'm going to lose my mind here. And then the job meetings, we got end of year Christmas parties and turkey parties. It's even if they're done virtually, there are raffles and emails to dealing with all that. So y'all know how it is. They do have an in-person party every year on one of the Fridays, but I don't go, but I do enter in on the raffles. I won a tablet one time. It's just I'd have to drive to Apple Valley, California. And I don't want to do that. I like it at home. Because that's a 4-hour drive one way for me and 4-hour drive back. I already have to go see them one day a year for my annual audit, which is in March. Sometimes it's in February, but hopefully I can put it off till March this year. So I am not going to be ready in February, but we'll see. And the rest of the time is remote. And trying to track down patients' records that get lost everywhere. The fun thing about being an auditor is realizing how humans make so many interesting errors. Sometimes they'll put the patient's first name as their last name and their last name as first name in patient records, like a radiology center or something. And then when they send over records to electronic EHRs, they don't match up and it won't go to the patient's chart. And even medical records people, if it is a printed note, won't put it in the right patient's chart because it's not right first name, right last name. Sometimes date of births are inverted when they're using 10 keys where they put in a 3 when they meant to put in a 9. So Septembers are always March babies. March babies are always September. So those are some of the fun things that you get to look for during your audit season. And then a lot of patients get tests done under TRICARE. So they're retired or their spouse is retired military. So they'll just go to the base and get their mammogram or something else done because it's free or cheaper, or put it underneath their husband's insurance when they have their own Medicare insurance under Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that. So then the records won't come across from VA, so I have to track all those records down. But if y'all ever go into auditing, that's some of the first things that you look for when you're looking for missing records. And patients are saying, don't call me, I already had it done. Click. Not that I call them. I make the insurance companies call them. So they often want to help you do good in your audit because everything that I do looks good on them because they got their members' mammograms, pap smears, and all that kind of stuff. So I always ask them to contact the member and tell them to come in. And then they'll give me a list of who they contacted and said they already had it done. And then that way I can track down the record from that point on. Because I am not a phone person. Not at all. Don't like it. I'll have them mail out mailers, reminders. That way we don't have to pay for postage. Save our group insurance, our medical group. Even just mailing fees, that kind of stuff. They're always happy to help, that kind of stuff. But they're terrible at tracking down records. Just terrible at it. There's just not a lot of parentheses here, which is great. It's all right. Let's see. Hey, Bacon. Hey, Florida and Texas. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on January 2023. Sonia, I'm sure I'll have it opened up again for you so that you can get your tutoring in January. Plus, that's a long month. I just need to calm my schedule down and find some balance right now, because everything's just busy, busy, busy. Which I like being busy. It's just a little crazy busy. All right. Thank you so much, Code Sunshine, for all the little stuff. Oh, look at the heart. That is so cute. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just sitting here ranting. Y'all shouldn't send gifts for ranting. Y'all send gifts for the practice questions. I got some really cool ones. I hope they're new ones that we haven't seen. I have not done them yet. All I did was copy paste, and they're from those new questions I bought on Sunday. So I hope they're good questions, and they're harder than normal, which is always fun. All right, workshop was helpful. Thank you. Great. Sunshine, thank you. Sugar, let's see. Can you show how placers are done? What do you mean by placers? What does that mean? Do you mean these things, these tabby things? I don't use them. I leave them there in the front of the book. The only thing that I might tab is I take a plain tab and I mark that E&M page that is so hard to find with those wellness exams in it. I don't ever know what page that's on, but this is them. It's on page 32 of the 2023 book and 33. Sometimes I'll tab that page, but I'll tab it up at the top up here, because when you're doing the CPC exam, all you're doing is going from code to code. You're only looking for numbers. You're not going to be indexing anything, and anything you have tabbed over here on these sides of these pages is just going to be in the way, because you're just going from number to number. You'll see while I'm practicing questions here in just a minute. We do lives 6:30 Arizona time zone, but I know you guys switched time zones in much of the United States last night, so I believe my start time in like New York and Florida now is 8:30 instead of 9:30. I mean, I don't know all the time zones, but it's always Monday, Wednesday, Friday, unless it's a holiday or something. Then I usually make up for it by doing it on a Tuesday or Thursday. And it's always 6:30 Arizona time zone. Arizona and Alaska do not fall backwards or spring forward with our time. Our time never changes. So it's crazy. I live in the tippy top of Arizona, but if I wanted to go see the movies, a 10-minute drive from my house is the movie theater, but that happens to be in Nevada, which is in a different time zone than me. Half the year we're in the same time zone. The other half of the year it's either an hour later or an hour earlier, 10 minutes away at the movie theater, and I always get it wrong, and we never get to see a movie during this part of the year, which is crazy because we're either way too early or way too late. And California is the same thing. California is also 10 minutes away from me. My job is 4-hour drive, but California's west of me, and then Nevada is the east of me, and they're both within 10 minutes of me. And it is crazy trying to do anything in this town and then have those towns connecting and getting your time right and trying to get to lawyers and doctors and whatever else you might be doing. Even just going to the movies is a nightmare around here because I'm in the part of the state that has a different time than anything else around me. So it's insane. All my Zoom meetings for work are now an hour difference than my real time zone here. My real time zone here, I don't end my job till 6 o'clock my time, but in California, it's 5 p.m. But in Arizona, it's 6 p.m. So I don't start work in the morning till 9 a.m. my time, but it's 8 a.m. in California. So it's a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. I wish the whole country would stick to one thing. So that's why I start my lives at 6:30, because I could be getting work calls or something like that up till 6 o'clock, my Arizona time zone, even though it's only 5 o'clock in California. It's crazy. All right. I'm trying. Thank you for the follows. Yay. I hope I can help you guys out. Was 2022 ever finished? Yes. I am currently working in the 2023 book, and I'm just starting out. What I like to highlight, I highlight from the exam point of view, not from a coder's point of view. So what I do is different. If you want to pass your medical certification exam, I teach from that point of view, not from coding point of view. Because in all reality, when you do pass your certification exam, it doesn't matter what you've learned about coding, because when you get a job, it's all going to be different at every single job location, because they all have contracts with insurance companies, which are different. They are either capitated on certain claims. Like my medical group, we don't bill any lab or path out. No lab or pathology gets billed. We have no claims for that. It's all capitated. We have a contract with our lab, and we give them a monthly salary. And out of that monthly salary, they promise to do whatever lab we send them from our patients. And in turn, they send us the results. If they don't send me the results, then I hold their cap check that month. So I'm in charge of auditing that. I make sure I get the same amount of lab results based off what I've ordered back, and make sure we get all that stuff back. So we don't do any claims for lab and path. And that'll be different for every group that you work at. So you'll have to be trained on each one of those jobs' ways of coding and billing. So we still capture the codes, of course, but we don't send them out as claims. So it's very interesting. Very cool. Hey, Go-Kart. Good to see you. Thanks for following. Okay, I'll wait for your precious time. I'm so sorry. I wish I could clone myself. My time isn't precious. It's just I can't spread it any further than I already am. I wish I could help everybody. I may have to do like group tutoring where there's 3 of you guys together, and maybe do something like that. You could book a tutoring, but you're not going to be by yourself. You're going to be with 2 other people, and y'all work together. Like this tutoring session will be on E&M, and it'll be 3 of you. Individually do it. And then I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to have to do something where I can maybe get in more people. That way everybody gets a chance to get some tutoring. But if there's just like 2 or 3 of you together, it's not as bad, because you can still bounce ideas off of each other. We can all still hear and talk. But y'all need to be able to look for or have something in common about what is your lowest section, like E&M or cardiology or something. If I did it that way, could spread the cost out and make it cheaper too that way, so that it's not all, responsible for you paying for the hour and a half at $59. We could spread that out between 3 people and make it cheaper too. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to clone. I need to clone myself. You'll explain later. Okay, Susie. You're welcome. Thanks for helping. Yep. I am on page 187 right now. Speaking of raffles, I didn't do a raffle. And Alex, I didn't do a raffle during the workshop. I completely forgot. I was lost yesterday. My brain, see, if I can't focus, I'm just getting all scatterbrained. But Alex, no. I have not heard from him, and he got all snooty. Well, like I said in the last time that we I said last week, we were on back order and I would get it for you as soon as it comes in. And then I get a email from, let me find it. Woo, I get so many emails from them. Member appreciation. I took them up on that. Oh my gosh. AAPC. Okay. Prize. I wonder what it would be under. PRI. See, gift, prize. He handed it off to somebody else who got in contact with me, who sent me an email, who was like, we're out of that. Well, we're going to send you a puffer coat. I was supposed to win 5 different things. That was like a cup and a scarf and a pullover and a hoodie. And then they switched it to, because I never did get that prize, this was October 20th, that they were going to send me a puffer jacket. So I said, well, I live in the hottest place in the United States. I don't need a winter jacket. I mean, I'm going to give away whatever I win anyway, but I was hoping for the 5 prize bundle that I had won that they never did send me. And then Alex kept forgetting, and then now they want to send me this puffer jacket. Well, that was October. I told him I didn't care what size. I'm going to give it away, so just send me anything. I don't care. And so he told them just to get an extra large, and so she said they're out of that size and they would order it. But it's still a few weeks later. But yeah, no, got nothing from them. Nothing. The other thing I was looking at was at the, as I'm auditing this 2023 book, and I keep telling you guys that I don't think we're going to be able to update this book to a 2022 to a 2023. So if you guys are unable to pass in 2022 and you want to take it in 2023, but you want to use your 2022 book because you've made all these notes, and I keep saying I don't think we can. I'm okay. E&M is going to be a challenge. It really is going to be a big challenge to update that section. But the rest of the sections, I think I have 2 new codes in integumentary and musculoskeletal. I don't know. Not too many. I'm not seeing a lot of new codes. I really am not. in the individual sections back here until I get to Category 2 codes. Category 2 codes has a nightmare of codes, of new codes, like one whole section of like 50 codes. But they don't test from back here. Maybe one question. All these are all new. Oops. I'm not dropping. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of chat. What did I do? I made chat big. Okay, there we go. There's a lot of these codes back here, but they don't test back here. I mean, there's pages and pages of these things. This might be where the bulk of the 1,000 codes are at, is in the Category 2 codes. Now, E&M is going to be big changes, and I'm going to have to see. I've got another 2022 book here, and if I can and it's blank. I didn't put any notes in it. If I can find a way to fix the E&M section, then I think I can turn a 2022 into a 2023 book, because there's not that many in the rest of the sections. There's not a lot of red dots. There's not. Just thumbing through here, I'm not seeing a catastrophe like I thought there was. But E&M is going to be bad. There's going to be a lot. So maybe. So for you guys that are already have your 2022 books out, I'm reconsidering what I said, because most of them are Category 2 codes. And they, if you have a question, it's going to be one. It's not going to be. So, but E&M is all jacked up. It really is big time. A lot of new changes there. A lot of new numbers. They completely got rid of all the observation numbers and renumbered them. And there's a ton of prolonged services. Each one of your E&M ones, the 99202, each one has their own prolonged service code, and even the 12 and the 13, it's a nightmare. I don't know how I would make that turn into what I need it to turn into in the 2022 book. See that chart? I'd have to find space for you guys to have that writable into the 2022 book. But if I can figure out a way to make it all fit, I will. We'll see. So maybe. So that's another project that I want to get done, and I want to get it done quickly for you guys so that it can make a difference for you guys. And that way I can save you from having to spend $130 on another book and then refill it all out. The time alone to do that would be amazing. So I don't know. I'm working on it. But yes, sneak peek on what I've been writing in on those 17-page charts. It's awesome. But anyway, I'm working on that. That's something else I've been meaning to say. And I've got to do a raffle. I forgot about doing it for the workshop. I think I've got a couple of more emails to add to it. I just completely forgot to do that. I'm just making me a note real quick in my notepad that I have to do a raffle on Wednesday. Raffle on Wednesday. Because I forgot to do it during our workshop. So if you haven't already and want to enter in a raffle for free tutoring or free notes from me, I don't know where my sticky note is. You just need to email me with raffle in the subject line at the medical coding by Jen at gmail.com address. Medical coding by Jen at gmail.com and put raffle in the subject header. That'll help me out tremendously if that's in the subject, because then I'll just grab your email address name and throw you in my cookie jar. So do that, and I will have a raffle on Wednesday because I keep forgetting. Wednesday raffle. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to drop off a car. I got to do tutoring and work. Hopefully, yes, I'm going to do it Wednesday no matter what. Okay, just talking myself up. All right, so they're just, unless something else pops up, I don't see a lot of changes here, guys. They did take out Appendix C out of this book for this year. So that was a list of E&M examples of how to code all the E&M codes. Well, they completely just went, F that. We're not doing that anymore. I think it's because they had too many changes and doing those prolonged services and the time. It's just too hard to make up examples in the time that they had printing. So they completely did not do Appendix C in 2023 book. So you'd be missing out on that section, which is crazy insane. Never seen a CPT book without those examples, but that's one less thing we have in here. I was like, what? You don't even have Appendix C anymore? Oh. Yep. Right there. It's just been, what did they say? What word did they use? It has been removed from this code set. And they don't even have it anymore. So, very crazy. Very crazy indeed. Appendix J, I've never worked up or done anything with. I'm hoping to have some notes for it this year because that could help out too, I'm sure. But let me get through chat. I have over 100 messages on chat that I have not gotten to. I'm just going to have to hit the message button because I'm never going to get through with it. Hopefully you guys have, do you have any free courses for medical coding? Everything I do is free. I teach for free, except for tutoring, one-on-one. I teach my class here on TikTok 3 days a week, 2 hours each time, all for free. The repeats of these teachings are posted on my YouTube, all for free for you guys, so you can watch them at any time. The only thing I charge for is the workshops, which are 3 hours on Sundays. I usually do 1 or 2 a month. I skipped October. It was a crazy month, but I do one in April every year for free. It's 3 hours. The charge is $10, but it's 3 hours of no me talking. It's just practice questions. We go from one question to another. We did 75 yesterday. That was crazy fun. And I show you how to answer the questions on your medical coding certification exam from the exam point of view. And those are the only things that I charge for is the workshops on Sundays. And I try to keep the price really low. And then the one-on-one tutoring. And the rest of the time I teach for free. I also show you how to book prep your books for free. I have a study group that is just full of practice questions and ideas. Gosh, I had somebody post in anatomy today. I could have cried. Who was that? Our Discord is our study group. And I mentioned something during last night's impromptu live that what I needed to do for 2023 notes was to make up a thing in y'all's notes that will tell you what's in all quadrants, what's in upper left, what's in upper right, what body parts, that I don't have that integrated in my notes for 2022 and I need to do it for 2023. And look, I got 2 people that posted their notes that they integrated of just that subject. So isn't that fantastic? You can't get a better study group. You really can't. We've created something truly cool here. You mention something that you need, somebody's going to help you in our group. I think that's just fantastic. And all this is free. All of this. We've got practice questions, ICD-10 resources, HIPIC resources, cases, sell your books. I even posted a job today. What was that? Or yesterday or last night or something? I don't know. Where is a job? And this one isn't coding, but it pays up to $31 an hour, and it's with a medical company. Where is it? Jobs. Right there, job resources. If it ends up being legit, this TikToker seems to be legit. She has a lot of positive comments, and when she says Spring Health is hiring, they're hiring. And it's a remote job from home, like $27 to $31 an hour based on your experience. You just need customer service experience. Even if you worked at McDonald's, you've got that. That's all. And it's totally remote, and it's from home. So you just go to their website and apply. If it's worth the money to apply and it's still in the medical field, I'll post it there for you guys. So hopefully, you just can't get any better. And if you want to know where all the links, let me go to my website, to join our Discord. And thank y'all for the positive reviews on Etsy too, by the way. I've got a campaign of people trying to give me bad reviews on Etsy for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But I appreciate all the positive reviews on Etsy. This right here, this tab, if you go to medicalcodingbyjen.com, I have all the social media links here for the Facebook, the TikTok, the YouTube videos that are all free, and the Discord to join our study group. It's all right there. I also have, if you do join my website, which is free, the CPT book prep page, which will show you how to book prep your books. Just click on the picture. It'll give you instructions on what I'm doing and why and how to do it, even for your ICD-10 book. Okay, so it's all there for free. I try my best to do as much. Y'all are nickeled and dimed enough to get into the medical field. It is difficult and expensive to get certified. Try to show you the route to do it the cheapest and the least expensive way. If you go to my TikToks, my pinned TikToks, where to start shows you what books to buy, when, and how to find them the cheapest. Start there. And then, if you do this TikTok, it'll show you how to make this into a career with least amount of money, what to do and how to move up in the career with college and stuff later on, and how to do it for free. And then this tells you about, don't tab those books. Please don't tab those books. But those are my three most important ones. And then the rest, of course, are all fun. Fun and dandy. My vacation trip with that oh my gosh, that sidewalk concrete. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Just seeing that. But the rest of them are all coding related. Every once in a while I'll sneak in a personal TikTok, but most of them are all coding stuff. So super helpful. But I'm not going to be able to get to everybody's messages. I had over 100 guys. I'm sorry. If it's super important question, I just got down to the very bottom. Ask it again. Ask again. The 2023 notes are on Etsy. I have not put them on my website yet. My website does have the ICD-10 and HIPICs on there, but they're all for 2022. The 2023 guidelines are posted on Etsy. Just as a, there they are for a minute. I haven't even posted on my website yet, and I need to do that. And they include things like this anatomy page and some other stuff in the back, but they show you what to highlight, what's important, and how to code each kind of scenario. I also go through there and show you how to highlight and update your index for external causes. So I have those pages in there to show you how to do this page and all the pages and what I'm doing here with the external indexes. So I go through here and show you an example of what the pinks would look like, what the blues would look like, and all that kind of stuff. So the index is included in there too with the guidelines this year. And then that heart anatomy page. So, and it's cheaper than last year's guidelines, the 2022, because I didn't hand type it. Last year I hand typed the whole thing. So this one I just hand wrote. So it's faster to get done instead of typing it out with all the examples, so it's cheaper. That's why. But that's what's going on with the 2023 guidelines. That's the only thing that I've done so far. I haven't done anything yet. E&M will be my next one, but I want to see if I can turn a 2022 book E&M section into a 2023 with it making it readable for you guys. If I can do that, then I'll post that up, will be my next thing before I post up the 2023 E&M section. But I'm going to be doing both of those two things at the same time. It's just I'll have to get in the 2023 examples for coding, and I want to wait and see if AAPC post new updated questions come January to see if they have 2023 examples. So that'll be the only thing holding me up there. But if I can turn that section in a 2022 book into a 2023, we'll be able to keep these 2022 books, at least for the CPT. So that'll be cool. All right, one more page, and then I'll get down to doing the 20 questions that we have for medicine section. Oh, there it is. I went a little too far with my highlight, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's hard to see the closed part of the parentheses. Look at these eaches. Eaches. That means we can times it. Important. Important. Even though it doesn't have an add on in front of it. Yep, each toe, each. That'll be important to come back and make notes on as we go. And the without, anytime I see something that without, the without is way over here. When you're coming and looking at the CPC exam, you're running from code number to code number. You will look here and look and see that's a repair with a free graph, right? You really won't see that word without. I recommend drawing one line through it. If it's without something, just get rid of it. We don't need to see it. For sure. There's another each. These are just the tiny first steps that go on to making these notes. Your exam is an open book exam, so whatever can make it so that you're not reading these CPT code descriptors and trying to decipher what their meanings are during your exam will help you. And we can make notes right underneath these numbers, or get rid of things that we don't need to see with the number that will definitely make your speed in picking out the correct answer faster for sure, because these exams are timed. You about have 120 seconds per question. You need to save some time for those cases at the end. The one thing that does cripple most people is they run out of time. The last, 50 questions, the last 25 of those, most people are just bubbling in a guess like C, and that's where you lose a lot of you passing. You got to get your time and keep moving Super fast. Super fast exam. It was rough when I took it. It was 150 questions and we had 5 hours, 20 minutes. It was terrible. Something you had to physically recover from, because sitting there for almost 6 hours, by the time they go through your books and everything else, without break, without lunch, without anything, it was terrible on you physically and mentally. Yay, I'm at the toesies. All right, put this book up. And we'll get out those CPT books, and we're going to be turning to the medicine section. So this is going to be a 2022 codes for 2022 exam. So no longer talking about 2023. Everything is going to be about this medicine section. This is pretty much a hodgepodge of stuff that doesn't really fit in other categories. I mean, there's even E&M codes back here. So it's crazy. It's a hodgepodge of tons of stuff. It's crazy. It's a hodgepodge of tons of stuff. It's crazy. It's a hodgepodge of tons of stuff. Grab this. What was the link to the home base job? Okay. There was no link. It was a picture of the name of the company that you're looking for. So jobs, resources, and the job place was called Spring Health. They're a very good company, according to this lady, to work for. She just loves it. She just is like, this is the best. I get paid a lot of money to do very little, and it's easy, and she loves it. She loves this company, and they only open up positions, and they're probably opening it up right now because it's audit season. From October to March every year, every single patient's chart has to be audited by the health plans. So this is a really good time to get in there. So anyway, we do have HEDIS guidelines dealing with mental health. So this is just to manage phone calls. That's it. It's not bad. It's not hard. She loved it. You just need customer service experience. So anyway, I thought I'd pass that one along, and you don't even need to have your CPC, but not that I don't want y'all to get your CPC, but that's a good place to just get your foot in the door. You're already working somewhere, gaining experience in the medical field, and you're working from home for a decent pay, hopefully with benefits, and full time. That would be awesome. All right. You're welcome. The AMA CPT manual is required from AHIMA to take the exam. Yes, the AMA CPT, they're the only ones that do make the CPT. It is required to take, hey, Lavy, to take the CPC exam. A lot of times, the AHIMA people are given books at their exam testing site. It just depends on your chapter. You may not have to buy your own books. I don't know. It just depends. But yes, remember, no modifiers are needed on add-on codes. No, never. No, never. I know 50 and 51 are never on those, but I wonder if they could be excluded from all. What if you have two surgeons doing an add-on code for a heart cath or something, and you need to do that 22 modifier or whatever it is for the two surgeon team or whatever? I bet you do use them. It's just 50 and 51 are not used on those add-on codes, just to be clear. Creations. I took the test with 150 questions and passed on the first try. That's awesome. You rock. Good job. All right. Hey, Holly. You're welcome. Hey, PJ. How's it going? Assistant. Yep, assistant surgeon. Yep, we could be adding on that kind of stuff. So I think we could maybe possibly use some add-on codes. But anyway, how I like to do medical coding exam questions. Even if you're doing a course, or if you are looking to do an AHEMA test or an AAPC test, I recommend always going to the answers first, which are just codes. The exams are already coded for you, so you're not going to be indexing anything. The answer is in front of you. You just need to find and pick out the answer in the quickest, most efficient way possible, and that's what I like to teach. We have 40, 41, and 42 all in a row. They're all numerically similar, so I would be looking for those. One of the things that is often happens with AAPC, it's usually the middle number, not the first one like the 40 or the 42, but usually it's the 41 that's usually the answer. So I'm going to hard look at that one, whatever it is. So if I go to 93641, where are we at? And these codes are all out of sequence. And if you haven't went and looked at all the red codes that are out of sequence and put down a page number of where they're at, that will help you out during your medical coding exam, because there's nothing more frustrating than getting a list of codes to go look through to find a number that should be where it's at, but it's not there. All right. 3641. All right, we're under, for 41, we're under a mama code, which is the 40, which is an evaluation. Right, we're doing an eval, and this one adds on pacing testing. And then 42 is also an evaluation, but this is the transvenous. The other one is for cardio. It's a defibrillator. The other one is, it's also a defibrillator, but it's not transvenous, is it? The other one is, what kind? For arrhythmias. All right. Let's see what our question has to say. We are doing the defibrillator threshold test because they're having a replacement. Defibrillator is under the 40 code and 41. Whoops. Let me show y'all the whole question. Y'all can't even see the whole thing. Sorry about that. Cardioverter. Which one has that one? Yep. They both do. PJ is the only one that's got it correct. that I see. PJ got it. It is our other rule with AAPC that it's usually the smallest number, at least out of our 40, 41, and 42. This is the smallest number, and they're just trying to trick you to make you think it's a 41 or a 42. So we've got what keywords? We have defibrillator. Is it the threshold? It's because of the replacement. Do you see the last code, the last word in 40 CPT code descriptor? If you look at the last descriptor words in 42, it doesn't say replacement. 42 doesn't say the word replacement, but 40 does. That was your keyword. And why it's not the child code, that one includes a pulse generator. Do we have a pulse generator here? We don't have a pulse generator, right? We only have the defibrillator. We're not creating, the replacement of the replacement with testing of the pacing of the defibrillator pulse generator, which is also called a DFT testing. If they did 41 is called a DFT. It's a function test that is higher falutin than just a threshold test. So threshold and replacement go with 40. This one would be a function test. You would see something asking for the function of the device, not just test and see if it turns on. That's just a threshold. This one's going to be a function test. Is that helpful? I had to take my stuff off of Lincoln, and I put it all out there at some point, just to network and something. Everybody was getting a LinkedIn. Everybody was getting it. And when in 2009, when they got rid of ICD-9 and converted over to ICD-10, I'd already topped out at my company and been there 8 years. And unless I was going to run the whole medical group, I couldn't be any higher up in administration. And I was tired of the 2% raise every year or whatever it was. I still got the Christmas bonus, but it's still, I just topped out at that company. So I decided to network and see if I can't get more income with a competitor. And I did use Lincoln and Indeed. I put my resume out there on Indeed and everything. And I finally had to delete it. And I did end up doubling my income by switching to their competitor. And I've been there 11 or 12 years now. Good gracious. So, and been totally happy with the income there. So, it can be helpful. If you want a job, they will hunt you down and find you too. So I used to always still get people recruiting me and wanting me to move positions. And, once I get the income that I think I deserve, I'm fine. And I like what I do and I love what I do. And I get comfortable in whatever EHR and administration that is there, and my IT people. I don't like to move a bunch, so I'm fine where I'm at. I don't want to run or be a boss hog in high heels running through the clinics. I've done that, been there. I've run 4 of them at one time by myself, and I don't want to do that again. I don't need to work that hard anymore. I'm too old. I'm in my 50s. All right. Have to make sure the CPT codes are not bundled as well. Ah, yes. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks, Z Mommy. Yes, that was helpful. Good. I'm a teacher, and that is so excited to leave the classroom and go to a new field. You come on over, Stanford. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Now, I'm not going to say you're not going to need some of that. Yeah, all my classes are beginner because this is teaching you from the exam point of view how to pass the exam. So this is perfect for any beginners and advanced coders. Absolutely, because you don't even need to know how to code to pass the certification exam. That was my point. I didn't want to learn to code. I don't need to learn how to code for my job and position as a medical auditor. I just wanted the certification. And had time on my hands because of COVID canceling audits. So I always wanted to learn and be able to say I have it so that they can't bully me into staying out of the claims. I used to make my own claims for records that I would find that were like the VA, but I would put them under a special code that we made up not to be billed out. This is just a capture the code kind of claim for records that I would find so that it would eventually, that CPT code would code to the health plan. Well, one of the directors of our billing department was like, she's not certified coder. She can't be making up claims. Well, I'm 30 years in medical field running clinics. I can make whatever I want. But they had a point, so I also did it for that reason, so that they can get off my back and let me make up my own claims. So anyway, and now I farm that out to one of their claim people and make them do it. And I still haven't taken over the job, but just because that got said, I went on and did it. But I don't want that job. I'll make them create the claim. So I figured out I wouldn't have to do as much work. So anyway, that's cool. But I can teach you. I never wanted to learn how to code or bill anything ever. So I passed it without knowing anything. And that's what I am here to show you how to do for free. So you're not spending any more money. Here's the actual rationale. If you like it in book terms, I like to try to break it down into easier terms for you guys, but that is the legitimate terms. Oh, I'm so glad you're taking your exam in December. So glad you found me. Me too. You got to join the Discord Facebook, our Discord study group, because it is so awesome. Just go to medicalcodingbyjen.com. Go click on the social media tab and join our Discord. It's all free. If you need help with anything, post a question, post anything. You'll find other resources and other help in there that others have done. It's just amazing. Anytime I mention anything that I need, y'all are on the ball and doing it too. All right, let's look at these codes. Remember, when you're doing a medical coding certification exam, don't read the questions. Don't. It's full of propaganda. You don't need to read the questions. Go to the codes. Look at their descriptors. Hopefully you've prepped them beforehand and you know what the one-word differences are between those codes. I see here that we have 2 that are the 946s, so I'm going to go to those 2 first before I look at my 941 and before I look at my 947, simply because they're similar. And a lot of times, especially with AAPC and AHEMA, they have 2 answers that are super similar. There's a reason why they put them here, and they want to know if you know the difference between them. And then they have 2 junk answers that are just garbage. So let's see, 946. So you want to go to the codes first. You never want to read the questions. You don't want to know who they are, how old they are, what history they got going on. You don't want to know any of that. Oh my God, my kids are in there beating each other up. I can hear them. Oh God. Okay. 96447. And then 68. That's the child. So initial or subsequent? Initial visit or subsequent? Our header for this particular section is what? What would our header be? We're under pulmonary diagnostic testing, rehab, and therapies. If we're not doing therapy on somebody, then maybe we're in the wrong section and I do need to go to my 41 or my 47. So keep that in mind. You don't have to have you don't even need to have a high school diploma to take this exam. You don't need any prerequisites to take a medical coding certification exam from AAPC. You just need to buy a membership and buy an opportunity to take the test, either in person or at a testing site or online, sorry. And that's all you need. You don't need nothing. Like I said, go to my TikToks. Go to my 3 pinned TikToks. They are going to answer these kind of questions for you guys. Where do I start? What books do I buy? In what order? How to do a medical coding career free or the cheapest way possible is that one. And then, yeah, don't tab your books. Don't buy tabs. Don't spend money on tabbing those books. But those 3 right there, all you new ones, y'all watch those videos. They're just a few minutes long. All right. Let's see. What are we doing to this patient? Are we looking first are we doing therapy? Yeah, we're doing a treatment. Is this subsequent or initial? Second visit. So I would pick C and move on to my next question. All I did was look at 2 words out of that question. I'm not carrying 50 words with me to my next question. I'm only carrying 2 words. What do you guys think? Do you think it's C? You're welcome. The certification gets you to where you can just look at Indeed. Pull up an Indeed page, type in CPC and hit search. You will see there's 5,000 jobs open right now. You could get a job with Amazon as a CPC medical coder right now. They need coders for their online pharmacy division. You can get a remote job from home in the medical field with benefits, working from your laptop at home, that pays well, and it is recession proof. It is pandemic proof, and it's a great career. I think it's lovely. I love the medical field. How can you make this on the first? How can you make if you want to know how much, AAPC's website has the job coder nationality prices. They've done all that legwork. Y'all can go there. Really, I wish I would have known. Yep, you do not need to have any degree whatsoever. I hope you signed up for some sort of relief on college tuition. You are a CPCA, and would you recommend getting into billing? If you like billing, it's totally up to you. I would recommend you going into CRC certification for risk adjustment. You can either get the certification through AAPC, or you can get a job right now with your apprentice from Optum, remote from home, through CSI is the name of the company, with your CPCA. Work for them for 1 year, remote from home, doing risk adjustment, because they'll hire you as a CPCA remote right now. They are hiring right now. You could start within the next 30 days. You work for them and learn risk adjustment for a year. Then you could quit that job and work anywhere for any salary you want. And then you'll also have your CPC. You won't be an apprentice anymore. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Go get that remote job. It pays like $21 to $22 an hour right now if you don't have any coding experience, and it's remote from home. And you get that year under your belt, and maybe not even that, but you can start applying for jobs elsewhere if you want to make more money within 6 months. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I recommend starting. Here is our rationale in our 68 for that one. I've been in mental health billing for almost 10 years. Oh, good. So if you're at my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com, all you do is click on that tab. The first thing you'll see is the Facebook group, TikTok, YouTube. Then it says join the free Discord. Click join now, right there. Right there where the Mickey Mouse britches is. Although they tell me that's like a gaming controller, but it looks like Mickey Mouse's britches to me. But just click join now. And that will toss you into our lovely, lovely, lovely Discord group. All the rooms are all free. Have practice exam rooms, cases, other certifications, just tons of help in there. Our main chat is always clicking on my face. When you do that, it'll take you to that page where you can scroll up there. I do have if you do get into Discord, go to the room that says Discord first, tips, scroll up, and the very first video right there will show you how to navigate Discord. There's 2 videos in there, but that first one will show you the ins and outs of Discord if you've never been a Discord person. No one's tracking you. No one's going to send you emails here. No one's going to sell you anything there. I don't get your email addresses. I don't see any of that info. You can message me there. You can see I've got messages to eventually get to, of course. Plus, all the rooms highlight when I have somebody mentioned me, and I got to go in there and see what they're asking inside the pages. But yours won't be as busy. Anointed is one of my subscribers. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know why it just let me know, but it just did. I knew you subscribed this month to the Tiki Talks. That's awesome. Subscribers get to message me on Tiki Talk, and then I will make you your own TikToks. So if you do subscribe to the TikToks, which is like a paid prescription, the YouTube also has a paid subscription, which is the same amount, $4.99 a month. But if you do that, you get access to a lot of the old workshops, and you get to watch those, which are the E&M workshops, and cardiology is included in that. So YouTube has a subscription too. I've been going to school, and I'm completely lost, but I took a break. How can I learn this? Just start following, join our study group, rewatch my YouTube's videos. Will all help you out. Yep, you don't have to go back to school. You are perfectly fine. And like I said about what books to buy, that is all listed in my TikTok, in my pinned TikToks right there, where to start. Watch that video. It'll show you what books to buy and in what order. Oops. You know, y'all don't want to hear my voice. You're having a hard time finding the CPC study guide? I bet we've bought them out. CPC, AAPC study guide. Let's see. Study guide. What I do is I just do a Google search. When I get to my Google search, then I hit shopping. And then I look for a book. $300. You've lost your mind. Okay. That one, 109. That's at cost. Yeah, I've bought them out. I've told everybody about The Secret, and they are all sold out right now. There's one on McCary from 2020, and that's going to be a $70 investment. I think that's too much. There's my 2019 for $90. That's too much too, because we had a big change in the E&M section in 2021. Do not buy that book. Do not buy that book. Do not buy that book, please. Even if it's the one that says 2023, she has ICD-9 stuff all in it. She just keeps changing her cover. Don't buy that book. Don't. Ooh, there's me. Yeah, they are sold out. They are. There is none available. Unless you buy, if you're going to go on and spend $100, it's not worth it to get a 2019 or a 2020 for $70. You might as well go to the AAPC and pay full price and get an updated 2023 one or the 2022 one if you have to. Goodness. Yeah, they're sold out right now. Look at this thrift store. They have a 2021 one for $49.09. Thriftbooks.com with free shipping. That looks legit. That looks okay. I would buy that one. With free shipping. Thrift Books. Yep. That looks okay. That is from AAPC. A Books has a 2019 for $56. They're a good bookstore too, but still a little high. I like it when they're $40. $175, don't y'all? No, no, no. They're cheaper from AAPC. No, no, no. Right here, 2022, used from bookstore everytext.com with free shipping. Yep, that looks good. Yep, I would buy that one. $70, but it's free shipping. That one's okay. $59. I wish they'd pay $40. Just keep checking every day. But that's how I search for that book. But if it's getting close to $100, just buy it from AAPC and get an updated version. This is terrible. I'm on question 3. What time is it? Okay. All right. Facebook Marketplace has one for $25. That's awesome. So yes, search for places like that. I've got to keep doing questions. I've got a lot of more experienced and people that are ready to take their certification exam right now. For November and December, many of my followers are taking it this weekend. So I'm going to zoom through these medicine questions real quick to show them these tricky ones of these CPT codes that I don't even have much info on. So I'm happy that we're actually seeing these codes. For beginners who are just starting out, please look at my pinned TikToks for all your answers to your questions and join the Discord group so that you can get Twinkle's help in answering some questions for sure. All right. I see that we have 2 answers that start out with the same answer. There's a reason for that. They want to know, are we going to bill with 2 CPT codes or 3 CPT codes? More than likely, it's just 2. So what's going on our 92012? We are doing what? 920. I was dying trying to find those codes during the workshop. Somebody took pity on me and was giving me page numbers. That was awesome. So we are around page 738 of the 2022 CPT book. And we are doing ophthalmology. If we are intermediate and established patient, we're going to be 12. If we're comprehensive and established patient, we'll be 14. Oh, that's not even an option. Okay, cool. Limited, if it's the 19, but I bet it's the 12. Let's see if we're intermediate and established. I see intermediate is back to C. Keywords. Yep. So we know we're a follow-up. What are we doing? We're doing a refraction and a gross field test. How many CPT codes would that encompass? Which of these codes can we? This does say it's a refraction, and then the 83, 2083, is an extended examination. Did this take forever? Did the doctor say any adjectives to say that we were having a difficult time seeing this patient? No. Thank you, Cake. That was awesome. I really appreciate the help. Yeah, I like B. B is our answer. We didn't need the extended time. They would have said some adjectives like this test was performed, it was difficult, or they would have said something. They would have said something indeed. All right. Oh, a new immunization one, guys. I'm so excited. Brand new immunization one. I don't think I've done this one. At least I hope not. So, first things first. We can eliminate 2 answers right away by seeing if counseling was done or not, right? So the 60s, anytime you see that you're giving vaccines on patients, first thing to do is to come back here to the last 2 CPT codes, look at 70 and 60, 71 and 60, see if there are 2 answers with one and 2 answers with another one. Most of the time there is, and you can eliminate this question and get it down to a 50-50 shot super quick by just seeing if the doctor counseled the patient on the vaccines. What has to be documented is a statement saying that they counseled them. And if they don't use the word counsel, they have to say that they advised the patient of the risk involved in either getting the vaccines or not getting the vaccines. So let's look for the words counsel and risk. Receives intramuscular counseling was provided. Yippee. So that statement gets us to get rid of 2 answers right away. If you're just giving vaccines and you're not counseling, which is perfectly legit to do, you have to use the 71 code. If you're not, then and if you are doing counseling, then you're doing the 60 and the 61. Now, right away, does anybody see any coding irregularities that might tell them which is the answer without looking anymore? in depth to the question, or even looking up the CPT codes. So the answer, if you've been with me long enough, is going to be C. You would know which one's correct. Just because of our conversations on vaccines before and what this and this means and how they're distributed. So when you counsel a patient on vaccines, you have to count how many components are in all the vaccines that you gave. According to this, we have 6 components. And when you do that, the first answer is always going to be the first number, 60 times 3. And then if I had even like a number like 9 components, we gave enough vaccines that had 9 components in it, my first number up here is always going to be 60 times 3, and you just minus the 3 components. The leftover number is going to be how many components you're going to times the second number by. These are conversations I've had before in teaching this. I'm just doing a quick overview, just because some people in here are advanced with me and they know just by looking at this what the answer would be, because you have to have your times 3 up here for the first set of components. We wouldn't do the 60 by itself without a times. But that's pretty advanced vaccine coding, and it's not something that anybody new I would recommend or expect to know. But how to find that answer and to be able to pick out which one it is, all we need to do is, like I said, look for counseling that gets rid of 71s. So then I've got it down to a 50 shot. Then to count components, I'll show you how to do that. This vaccine, Hib and hepatitis B, Hib is 1 component and hepatitis B is 1 component, so that's 2. MMR is mumps, measles, rubella, so that's 3 components right there. And then meningococcal is 1 component. I have a document that's in my study group that if you go there to the CPT code room, book prep room, it'll tell you how many components are in each one of these CPT codes. So even if you didn't know how many components are in these or expect to know or have any idea, you've got the numbers here. And you can go to 907 and you can get to that code book, and then I'll teach you how to prep each code to tell you how many components you've got in it. So if we went to 90748, that's going to be on page, is it 726? No, 727. And then I've got it listed so that you know that that has 2 components in it. And then their MMR has 3 components in it. If you don't have these numbers written underneath the CPT codes, you could do that right now. And then meningococcal has 1 component in it. And that'll save you the next time. So if you add all that together, you get 6. So, irregardless whether you know it by looking at the names or whether you look at the CPT codes, now you know you have 6 components. For some reason, and I can't find the guideline yet, one of these days I am going to find it in print so I can tell you legitimately why. I don't know why the first 3 are always put with the first number. It's always been the answer is times 3 for that 60. I wish I could find it, but I haven't found it yet. But your 60 will always be times 3. If you have counseling and all you gave was a meningococcal and there was no other one, then you can do the 60 without a times. If you gave meningococcal, no, wait a minute. If you gave just the Hib and the hepatitis B, then you could do the 60 times 2 if that's the only vaccine you gave. So it's not always 3, but if you have a number of components that is over the number 3, this one can only be times 3. It's never seemed to show up in an answer that is anything higher than the number 3, but it can be lower than the number 3, if that makes any sense. I just wish I could find it printed why it's always 3, but anyway, and it stops there. And then any number of the components after that subtraction is however many you times the last number, which is the 61. It could be 4, it could be 5, it could be whatever number. But anyway, that's how we come up with the answer. I hope that makes some sort of sense, and I'm not just rattling off too highfalutin for you guys. But the answer is C, and there is the rationale for this, which can get kind of wordy. I wonder about this administration C. Have they said anything about it? Administration C, given counseling. Yeah, we know. It states use for each administration fee for vaccines with multiple components, combination, 60 in conjunction with 61. We know that for each additional component. 2 combo components. Yep. And 2 MMR and 3 components. Yeah. Means that. I don't know why. Still isn't clear. 2 combined vaccines are administered. Yep. That's a combo vaccine, and so is MMR. They're both combos, which means you do this times 6. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. And then the hepatitis B and the measles and meningitis go here. Oh my God. I don't know. 420 on 720. I've looked through that guideline and it makes no sense to me. Like even looking through this, they take the Hib out of this combo and put that here. And then they take just the measles and mumps and rubella and put that with the hepatitis, or they only take the measles and the hepatitis B and the meningococcal and pull them out of those combined vaccines. I don't know. It's just crazy. I don't know why. I just always put this number as times 3 because it always ends up being that way. And then I minus whatever's left over and add it there. And it always seems to be right. I just don't understand that guideline. And my specialty was peds and labor and delivery for 20 years. And I gave all these vaccines and coded all these vaccines. And I know exactly what they are. I can envision giving these. And probably my clinical is getting into this because this is giving sub-Q and this is in one syringe because it's a live vaccine. This is given intramuscular and this is in one syringe and this is in one syringe. And then the other one, the meningococcal, is also given in one syringe. So I look at it as 3 syringes and that's why this one is times 3. And then I have to bill for the extra components that are inside those vaccines. But I don't know. I think I'm too clinical to understand whatever crazy guideline they're given out. We've got 2 with the same answer for the next one. So let's go look up that 93306. only take the first vaccine and group the leftovers. That makes a little more sense. Did they take the, let's see, they said what? From that Hib, they did only take the H part of it. And then this one, the mumps, measles, rubella. No, the measles was not the first component. They put it in the second. They put measles, which is the first component, in that other one, in the second times the 61. Why did they put that with the 61? But then they put these two, the rubella and the mumps, with the first one. Why the hell did they do that? But then they put the first vaccine with the second number. And then the hepatitis B, they put, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to, I can't think of that. Yeah. We're getting close. Measles, mumps, rubella. I've always called it mumps, measles, rubella. Measles, mumps, rubella. Anyway. All right. 93306. Nine three three. 93306. We're on page 762, right? And I was in these codes with somebody today, whoever I was tutoring. Yep, we were in these codes today. 06 is a crazy little thing. We are doing something with a Doppler, and all 4 chambers are done. What are we doing? But we're doing 2D. Are we under 2D? Yep. Did we do any injections for the, it's a complete evaluation. Yeah, looks good to me. Looks good to me. So a lot of times with AAPC, when you have the same answer down twice, they really just want to know, can they confuse you and make you bill all these codes together, which is totally cool in real life, but not on the AAPC exam. The answer is usually always just the answer by itself. If you find yourself in a certification exam, they're usually trying to see if you'll be an overcoder. AAPC wants you to be reserved and not bill multiple things. So the answer has to be A. Yep, it's all in there. But let me show you, see why I paused for this question and why I was stumbling over some of the words. Look at this question right here. So this is what I was doing today at tutoring. And this is an advanced question, but it's, let me erase my stuff. Let me erase my stuff here. Let me erase all my stuff. So the question was, and they didn't even give us a CPT code. The question was, a doctor performs a pharmacology-induced stress echocardiogram with Doppler studies with the continuous EKG. How many HIPICS codes and CPT codes?
Squid knife, his butterfly knife, he's looking for it.
I don't have any. No. No.
John's white butterfly knife?
No. Sorry, my kids were interrupting. How many HIPICS codes and CPT codes would be combined to build this? And the answer was 6. I knew the CPT code was this. I typed this. But I was wondering, how the heck did they get so many HIPX codes or whatever else they were coding? And I don't have that answer. It's not part of the question that they were asking here. Turns out there was codes for the continuous EKG. There was codes for the medicine. So I was trying to go through here. I ended up with 5, but I still don't know what all 6 are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one is 5. I have no idea what all 6 would be. That's not part of the question. We don't code any of it. So anyway, it was interesting, and that's why I was thinking about this question when I answered the one that we were doing today. So this is almost the same thing, except for they're not saying it's a pharmacologically where they're doing the injection to make the heart beat fast, because some people can't do these and exercise on the treadmill at the same time because they're physically unable to, but we need to see what their heart would do under stress of exercise. So we inject them with injections to make the heart feel like it's under exercise, which is very scary because you can't control your heartbeat and you cannot calm yourself down. It's just going to beat uncontrollably super fast and be kind of scary for you because you can't calm it down. My dad went through that and he did not like it. It scared him. But anyway, it's interesting how this answer almost written in the same thing, except for the pharmacology is not in there. It comes up with just one CPT code. I don't know, Sonia, how we figure that out, but I got 5 of them down. So far, I haven't had enough time in between tutoring and everything else that I'm doing. Today it's been a crazy day to figure out what the 6th code is, but I'll figure it out because I'm curious. I just want to know what all 6 of the codes are. I will. I just need time. I haven't had time. I even cooked some dinner tonight. Y'all be shocked. I had to go to the grocery store. I had to go to the post office. I had to get a lotto ticket. Y'all know it's up to $1 billion. It's worth buying one. I had won a lotto ticket like back in September, and I kept forgetting to trade it in. And I thought, well, today's the day. I'm going to go trade it in. So I traded in my $7 winning ticket for 2 tickets. And if I win that drawing, we can make everything free, right? The notes will be free for you guys. The tutoring will always be free. I'll just have it all open. Yeah. We will make everything free then, for sure. All right, let's get to the next question. Let's see. We got 3-5 and 3-7. Closest. Let's go look at those. You don't use anesthesia with that treadmill. You need the patient awake and running on a treadmill, or they need to be sitting there actively existing like they're on exercise. So there's no anesthesia. Good. I got the dye, the contrast, with and without contrast, I think. I don't know what all I did, but I'm working on it. All right, 90935. Thank you. Page 33. Thank you. All right. Where is that code? 90937. All right. So if we're hemo, we're in the right place. So let's just see if we're hemo, because that's our header. Are we doing hemo? It says dialysis, There it goes. Hemodialysis. Yep, we're hemodialysis. Great. What's the differences between those two CPT codes? One's a single evaluation and the other one is recurring, repeated. Is this the patient's first time or is this their follow-up visit? So patient with kidney fit is seen in the dialysis department. Found to be doing well and receiving. It sounds like it's a follow-up, doesn't it? It sounds like follow-up to me. What do you guys think? Could be the single evaluation, but because they did the history and an examination, those two keywords throw me back to C. If they did an exam, that's an evaluation. If they just came back in for a repeat hemodialysis, an exam would not have been done. Even though it seems like they've always been on hemodialysis, it seems like it's a follow-up. I bet this is a tricky one. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's what y'all thought too. Doctor did a history. I don't have that in my notes on my 3-5, that if a history and exam is done, even if they're a repeat, it's going to be that. Yeah, I need to add that. History or exam taken. History, exam. Well, let me look at the answer and make sure. Here I am writing notes. Let's see. Yes, we are C. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yay. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Let's look at our next. We are going to be doing 46 and 47. 908. We're just back a page. Just back a page. 908. 46 is under other psychiatry. We got family, psychotherapy without the patient, no patient, or with patient. Make sure we're under psychotherapy and it's family. What are we doing? Family. Patient, meeting, therapist, along with mama. We got everybody in the house, right? Yep. 50 minutes, does that go along? Yep, it sure does. 50 minutes is in there. The star means, we'll look at the bottom of your book, on any right-hand side, the very bottom page of any page, no matter what you're on, your symbols are listed down there, and you can see it's what? What does the star mean down there? It's near the page number of 730. Oh, his sister was present too? Mama was good enough for me. Perfect. Mama and sister. You never knew that? Aw, Symph. And every left-hand side has an additional symbols. One of the other symbols they like to ask on is the two pointy arrows pointing together or the red dot for new codes. So, yep, they're on every single page. And they will ask about that telemedicine star, and they also ask about the lightning bolt. The FDA pending could also be a CPC exam question where they'll ask which code is pending FDA approval, and they'll give you 4 codes, and you just go look and see which one has the lightning bolt, the Harry Potter thing on it. You are welcome. You are welcome. All right. This one is the 47. Is that what I said? Yep. There you go. Thank you, Twinkle. All right. What are we doing with this one? 41 and 42 are closer than 32 and 34. Let's see. 92541. You see how you're just running from numbers to numbers. You don't need to tab these books. Don't waste your time. You got enough to do in these books because I give you homework to do. It takes you a good amount of time to sit here and prep these books. You do not need to buy tabs. Okay. We got a test, 41 and 42. One's post, one's spawn. Should be simple. Should be simple. Let's see, what are we doing? What's our test? We are doing a head tilt test. It's called this test right there. You need to know if you're doing it spontaneously or positional. So it's all about the positions are in there. How many times did they say it? So many. Yep. We didn't do a recording, did we? Did we do a recording? I'm just wondering. Does that one have a recording in it too? It does. Both of them have it. Yep. And we're looking for 4 positions. There probably are 4 listed in there. But yeah, I like D2. Oh, we're an A. What's our 32? What's our 32? 32 is the positional also. Our differences are without electrical recording. Is there any electrical recording? See, I was looking for the recording. They didn't do the recording. No recording. That moves us up to the 32. The 42 has the recording. They did the positions and maintain static, the different positions. Yep, no recording mentioned. Got to be careful with those two. Going to have to make some alerts with those 2 codes so that they are just underlined. I did circle the with and without, but it's not clear enough on this individual CPT code descriptor. Need to make some more notes on that one to check for recording. No recording. Go to 92532. We're going to have that note for next year. All right. Move it. This one. Don't let your anxiety get the best of you. Just keep practicing questions. If you've run out of exam questions from AAPC to practice, be sure and check out our Discord group. Also, if you haven't tried Pocket Prep yet, and I'm only recommending this for people who have taken the exam and have failed. You've already purchased the AAPC practice exams A, B, C, D, E, and F. You've done all of those. You've got notes in your CPT book with all of those questions, all of them. Then you can go to pocketprep.com, buy their 500 AAPC practice questions that they have. They do come with rationale. They do have a pass guarantee. Get you 3 months access of those questions for like $34. Practice those questions on your phone and get those questions, all 500, in your books as noted as notes, and then take your exam again. I am in the 2022 CPT book. I am. What have we got going on here? Let's go look at our 30s. 975. 975. We'll do this one more and then we're done for tonight. I'll be back on Wednesday night for another free 2 hours of practice questions. 975. Thank y'all for all the gifts, the sharing, the tapping of the screen. Y'all are awesome. We are on page 836. So self-care at home versus sensory versus therapeutic activities. What did we do? What did we do? We're doing abnormal gait training. We're not doing home care for feeding yourself, right? Are we? Just body awareness and movement, adaptive motors. What do you guys think? Is that therapeutic? Sensory? Self-care? What are these activities doing? Touch, body awareness, movement, appropriate sensory input. That word right there ought to tell us what code. There you go. That's awesome. And if you ever wanted to figure up the time, so the session is 30 minutes long. Each of these is 15 minutes. And if we did 30 minutes, that's times 2. So no matter what, that's why they come up with the times 2. Notice that there is no plus symbol in front of them, which is normally the codes that you can do times is on, but these don't. But they do have the word each inside their CPT code descriptor, meaning that you can times them, times 2, or times 3, times 4, whatever is needed. And yes, that is your answer. Oh my God, 12,000 likes, guys. Thank you. Awesome. And 100 people still on the live. Gosh, usually I've got 20, maybe 30. This is awesome. I hope I can help you guys. All you need is your CPT book. You need to fix your out-of-code sequences by writing the page numbers down, because if you get this code on your CPC exam as a possible answer, you come to this page where it's supposed to be because everything is in numerical sequence and it's not here. They tell you it's on some table somewhere. Do you know where that physical therapy evaluation section is at? If you don't know where that is, time is ticking. You've got 120 seconds to find the answer to this code. If you don't know where that page is at and you got to go find it, it's very stressful. Go write down the page number. Start at the beginning of the book, go all the way through the entire thing, find all these red codes and write the page numbers down. Number 1 thing to do. Then you're going to highlight if a CPT code descriptor has anything in a parentheses. Highlight that. You're also going to circle your words eaches, because that's going to tell you that you can hit the times 2, times 3, times 4 thing. That's important. You're going to mark your do nots in red, so you remember to look at that. You're going to mark your do's in blue that tell you when to do something. You'll find all that information on how to make your own notes, so you don't have to buy my notes page by page, at my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com, and it's all free. Be sure and join the book prep, the the Discord, our Discord study group, which has tons of help resources, tons of rooms. It's all free for you guys. And then my website is just tons of full of information for you guys. You're going to need an AAPC study guide. I showed y'all how to find one cheaper, but my website also has tons of free info on it. Free blogs, free note prep. I've even got free videos on there, page by page, of how to do the digestive book prep. There's videos there for that one. Just tons of information. My next workshop is going to be on December the 11th. I've already got it open for you guys if you want to book. I'm going to be doing an end-of-year E&M y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just all E&M. That's going to be the workshop. It's going to be E&M and E&M cases. I'm starting over where we started our workshops in March with another E&M workshop. It'll be 3 hours for $10 on Zoom, and y'all can do nothing but E&M cases. Since we've got 16 exam questions that can be E&M, it's a big section to learn and know for your AAPC, CPC exam for sure, and a HEMA too. So that's open if y'all want to book it. And even if you can't attend, you do get an email after it ends with the replay on Zoom, so you can go watch it and as many times as you want after the workshop has happened. And I don't do any talk. It's just question by question. I usually try to do like 75 questions in 3 hours so that we're at the same pace as the medical coding certification exam. So you know exactly how to tackle 75 questions in 3 hours, because you're going to need to pick up that pace and do those questions in that time. So we'll do a big old E&M workshop in December. What is E&M? That is your money. Every office visit, every hospital, everything that gets coded starts with E&M. So, and it is tricky. It is so tricky. All right, guys. I hope this has been helpful. I will see you guys again. Free 2 hours, Arizona time zone. It'll be 6:30 on Wednesday, the 9th. We'll be back here on TikTok. And don't forget to go to my TikTok page and watch the 3 pinned TikToks for all the new stuff. What to buy, where to get it, how to do it the most cheap and efficient way possible without a college degree, without any classes. All you need is a certification exam pass. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Twinkle, for all your help. And everybody with Danny with the page numbers and everything. That was so helpful. I will see you guys. I don't have any more one-on-ones, probably not for the end of the year. If I'm already talking to you on Discord or whatever about one, then I'm working on getting you scheduled. But I probably don't have any more. I've been doing them 7 days a week, and I just can't keep up with the pace right now. So I will start back up in January doing some more one-on-ones, unless I get my life to calm down some here, guys. It's just been super busy, so I don't have any more one-on-ones. So be sure and attend my free 6 hours of, this is just like a one-on-one. Y'all get to talk and chat. You get to interact. You get to do questions with me. I tell you why the answers are what they are, what guidelines and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot like one-on-one tutoring. It's just on subjects that I prepare for everybody. No, it does not matter what state or country you are in, as a matter of fact. This certification is national. All you need to do is pass it. Look on Indeed right now for CPC jobs and you'll see over 5,000 of them available right now. Even Amazon needs a CPC to work remotely. So, yep, you are fine. Taking my AAPC certification exam soon. You are welcome, Country Cleaner. Awesome. All right, guys. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Thanks. I will download this recording and also post it on to my YouTube, which has all the old ones on there too. So don't forget to check out that.